Welcome everyone to Pot Sketches Characters, where I teach you how to draw people. So today we're going to be covering heads. In the next video we'll get to faces. I wanted to try and do both heads and faces, but I don't want this video to be a half an hour long, so we're going to prioritize just getting our heads right before we get into the faces in the next video. So, I'm going to be using an HB pencil, but typically I would be using either a charcoal pencil, a 6 or 8B pencil for doing quick sketching, and then if I'm doing a slower sketch for inking later on, I would be using a 4H. But just so that you guys can see what I am doing, I'm going to start with an HB pencil. I would normally be using a 4H, but I'm worried that it'll be too light and you guys won't be able to see it. So we're going to use an HB. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw kind of like an oval shape for the top of the head. And then you can do this two different ways. As you get more and more experienced with drawing into the jawline and chin, you can pretty much just draw a half oval type of shape to get your jawline and chin going. Or just starting out, it would be easier to just draw with either your hand or a straight edge. Draw two lines going on the outside edges of where you drew the top of your head, and make sure it goes right down in the middle and meets down here. And then you can kind of just fill the chin in later on, and then make sure that the top of your jawline is going to be right where the end of your oval is going to be, and then meet your jawline down through here, and then bring this out and make sure your jawline is going to be like so. And then ears are actually pretty easy. It's just like another half of an oval, just in a different shape. Pretty much all things in this is going to be either oval shapes of different sizes or straight edges. That's pretty much all you're going to need for sketching a whole entire character. It's going to be different positions of oval shapes and straight edge patterns. So this is a forward facing head, but let's say you want the character to be looking right or left. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to do a right facing. Same thing that we started with at the beginning, an oval type of shape for the top of the head. But this position is going to be to the right. So we want, instead of these lines going straight and meeting in the middle, we want them to meet further over on the right side. So we're going to want to draw a straight edge line going more prominently like so, and then another straight edge to go more down like that. And then our jawline is going to be more prominent on the left side when going into meeting into the right. And you have your prominent jaw lines and chins showing through here and through here, because you're showing that the position is straight, whereas this one, you're only going to see one side of this position, which is going to be on the left side. So the jaw is going to be like so, just like you did over here, except this is going to go more straight up into a cheek. Now, because our character is looking in this direction, we're going to be able to see the cheek and the eyebrow more prominently than we did with our straight face. And then it's going to work into our head. So this is how it's going to turn out. And then the ear, instead of the ear being only partly visible on a straight facing head, you're going to be able to see the whole entire size of the ear right here. And then going into our neckline, the neckline's pretty easy. It's kind of just like a slight, depending on thickness, you're going to have a position here, or you're going to bring the position in, but it's always just like a slight curve, and then into your, going from your neck into your shoulders, you're going to have another slight curve. It's going to come off the first curve that you made. And then if you're going for a thinner neck, you're going to do a little bit less of a curve. It's going to go more like that. And then we have our collarbone line here. You always want to draw your collarbone line where it meets into your neck. Then it's going to go out this way and out this way. And then we draw another curve right here and then down into here. Well, then on the right facing position, it's going to come down and it's going to come out, but it's going to be a little bit more prominent on this side because we're facing to the right. And then this, instead of it being a curve coming out sideways by the jaw line, it's going to be coming down by the chin. You're going to do it more just straight down. And you're going to be able to see this a little bit less on this side. So you want to make it much smaller into where your collarbone is going to be. And that's a right facing. There's a straight facing forward, like the character's looking at you. This character's looking to the right. And then we'll do a left real quick so you can see what this looks like. We're going to be doing the line this way and then more straight down. And we're going to be drawing our eyebrow like we did before. And then our cheek. And then kind of just work the cheek into straight down into the chin. Then the chin's going to go around. And this is where we're going to see the prominent part of our jawline. This time on the right side rather than the left side. And then we're going to see our prominent ear here. And then on this side, we're going to see more of this curvature here and less of this curvature here. So straight down by the chin once again, but on the opposite side of the right facing character. And then draw straight down like this. And then we have our neck. And that is how you draw heads. Now we're going to get into a charcoal. If you want to do something really quickly and you're walking down the street or whatever, and you see something you want to draw really, really quickly. So this is a charcoal. This is going to make it 10 times faster than what I just did. So we're going to loosely draw our head. There's our head position. Forward facing, so we're going to do a little bit of a line but not too much because this is going to be the finished product of what we are doing. And so two very, very slight thin lines going down the sides like this. And then we are going to draw in our jawline and our cheeks and where everything is going to be. And we have our ears, and then round off our head and another ear, and this is where our face is going to start to appear. And we sketch our neck into our collarbones and then bring this down, and there you go. So let's go back to the original one. If you're wanting to inking is pretty easy. So we're going to not draw in these lines. These lines, like I said in the previous video, they're going to be erased with a kneaded eraser. So we're basically just going to want to go along the outside, start with the top of our head. We're going to want to just draw part of this because eventually we're going to add hair to this character. If you don't want to add hair to this character, just go all the way around. And then we're going to draw the outside of our ear where that was. Then we're going to draw into our jaw, down into our chin, and then over, up, through here. Draw this in here, and then fill in this ear here. If you want to have definition on your characters, you can add a little bit of a line here. You can add your cheek lines here. And then this is all we're going to want to do for the face. Let's fill in our neck, bring this down through here like so. A little bit of our collarbone, a little bit of our neck going into here. Bring this down and over like so. Then we would take our kneaded eraser and we would gently go over this after about 5 or 6 seconds, because we want to wait for the ink to dry. Blow on it a couple times. And then take our kneaded eraser gently, because you don't want to smear the ink. Gently go over through it. Now these lines would be completely gone if I was using a 4H pencil, but because I'm using a 4 or an HB, I wanted you guys to be able to see what I was doing. But you see all the lines are gone. Now we're starting to see a face. And it's the same way with this. You're only going to want to do the outside. You're not going to want to fill in these lines with the ink. So you're going to want to draw into this, down through here, crossed up here a little bit, show a little bit of prominence there. Bring this up through, and then into our ear. Bring it around, and then down through like that. And then our neck position, straight down, crossed, up through like so. And then same thing over here on this side, only on the opposite way. Up through here. Kind of fill in our line a little bit with the top of the head. Bring this down. Straight line underneath the chin. Down through here. Draw this and then fill this in. And then we're going to take our kneaded eraser once again. Blow on it a couple times. We're going to bring our kneaded eraser through here. And there you go. You have a forward-facing head, a head looking to the right, and a head looking to the left. So that's going to be it for today's video. The next video, we're going to get into faces. So basically, we're going to be filling in what we just drew, whether it be with our charcoal and our our quick sketch method, excuse me, or we are wanting to ink the drawing. We'll be getting into how we draw faces, adding on to these three in the next video. All right, so hopefully you guys found this informative. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, laters.